Hey everyone, Anders here. We're going to quickly go over the latest information about the closed beta for the MMORPG Blue Protocol Star Resonance. I've made a first impressions video on the channel having played in China at launch, but now I've had a chance to play two betas of the global version in English, and I wanted to go over what I got wrong for my first impressions video and why I think you should try this closed beta if you're even remotely interested in Star Resonance, so you can find out if this game is for you. First, let's go over how you get access to this CBT. Right now, they're doing a giveaway for 10,000 keys on the Discord and through Gleam. You can follow the link either to the Discord or on my pinned comment and try to get access that way. The first wave of key giveaways starts around the time this video goes live, so check the link in the pinned comment. If you missed out on this first wave, later this evening, you have another chance using that link. And then tomorrow, the 31st of August, will be the last day when you can try and get some keys. It is a Gleam entry form, so if you've done giveaways through Gleam, you'll know exactly what it's like. You follow the Twitter account, repost, subscribe to their YouTube or Twitch, watch a promotional video, stuff like that. Very easy. Just make sure to log in before the giveaway starts and you should have no problem. The closed beta will last until September 7th and everything will be unlocked. Even the cash shop is available. Any purchases you make will get refunded in the form of the game's premium currency. They had the rebate program planned like they do in China, which I also went over in a video, but the backlash was large enough that the publisher A+ decided to not overly monetize the closed beta. Before, if you spent a lot of money in the CBT, you would get even more back when the game launched in the form of premium currency. Now it's just going to be a 1-to-1 ratio. Whatever you spend in the CBT, you get back. You keep nothing from this beta, so there's no incentive to spend money. It's good to see. I'm glad they reverted their plans. I'm glad they listened to the feedback, but I will say the game is still very much, in my opinion, pay to win, though having played longer, it is not as egregious as I first thought. The focus is very clearly about monetizing cosmetics. There are select few outfits you can earn in-game, and then you can earn bound currency to buy some more outfits if you want. Some outfits are locked behind paywalls, and some are also locked behind a gacha mechanic. Dyeing them isn't too bad, but you need to be careful because the bound currency comes very quickly in the beginning, but eventually I can see this being a Tower of Fantasy situation where the currency just dries up completely. I think however you feel about the gacha systems in general or gacha games will probably dictate how you feel about this game. I'm still playing Star Resonance in China, and for me personally, the way it's monetized hasn't impacted the way I play or what I can play. The second thing I want to go over, there are bot party members that will join you for dungeons if there are not enough people queuing for that dungeon. I talked about this in my preview video. This does not work for harder difficulties, only for the normal version, not for difficult and master levels as they call it in game. It is only there so that newer players who come into the game later on aren't stuck, unable to gear enough to try these harder dungeons, which I think is actually a pretty good system. There is incentive for players themselves to help newer players or first-timers, but they also have this bot system in place just in case there's just not enough people. The third thing I want to go over, auto combat, is still in this global beta, and frankly for some classes kind of needed. The big difference is that you don't want to automate all of your skills to maximize your DPS. The game is not smart enough to know when to use key skills. It will just use them whenever they're off cooldown. For Marksman, for example, which I'm playing in this CBT, you can automate half your skills, but you need to line up when you use your buff so that you can maximize your DPS. Works similarly for other classes, and the game allows you to choose which inputs get automated and which don't. If we're going to have auto combat, I think in a game like this approach makes the most sense. That being said, the game is very clearly focused on mobile devices. Lastly, Star Resonance allows you to swap weapons fairly easily, as I talked about in my first impressions video. However, class advanced books are extremely rare in my experience, and you need a lot of them. Each class is also split into two specs, sort of like BDO's Awakening and Succession. At least early on, you don't really want to invest in both of these specs. Some skills will even clearly say this skill is for a certain spec, and another skill will tell you it's for a different spec, which is a good thing to see, so you're not investing into a skill that you won't actually use for whatever build you're trying to do. You'll likely also be limited on how many resources you have to improve your skills early on, but you can at least get an idea of how each spec plays at level 1, and you can choose whichever one you like. Right now, in terms of classes, I can tell you most people are playing DPS as expected from an MMO, and within the DPS role, what I'm seeing a lot of is Frost Mages and Stormblades. If you want really fast queues, however, and you want to be needed by pre-made groups, as you'll need to do for higher difficulty dungeons, running a tank like the Heavy Guardian would be ideal. That's all I have for this video. I wanted to make it quick. Remember to check the links to try and grab one of those keys. I'll make a complete review video for the game after this beta ends. I do have some more thoughts and concerns about whether or not Star Resonance will be a main or side game that you play. If you do end up testing the game through this beta, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Visit the Discord for more information on Blue Protocol Star Resonance and other upcoming MMOs. And as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.